Chi is doing, blood is being. Chi is all activity. Blood is all experience of self within the skin. It's that which carries the sense of self all through my body. It's where sensation lands. Right? You cut off circulation to your foot, no sensation lands there. No blood, no self. You touch someone on their body anywhere that there is blood flow, and you are not just touching that part of their body. You are touching their self. Blood. Yeah. So how do we build this in ourselves? Because when we have this, we have more self to bring to the dance. When we don't have liver blood in fullness, when we are liver blood deficient, the classic liver blood deficient internal sense is in a one-on-one confrontation, you feel outnumbered. If it's just you and one other person in a confrontation, but you feel outnumbered, that's liver blood deficiency. That's why should my selfhood be somehow less than someone else's selfhood? Why should my I am, the sap in this tree, cower? Even unthreatened. There's often this quality in liver blood deficient people of coming into the situation already feeling smaller. Sometimes this makes a kind of apologeticness. Like, I'm sorry I put my foot under yours. I didn't mean to have it be there. I know that you're busy doing something and I got in your way, stepped on my foot, sorry. Sometimes it's defensiveness. Well, I already know that you're bigger than me and you're probably going to clobber me and you won't like what I have to say, and so I'm just telling you, the way you leave your shoes in the middle of the doorway. Did you stop doing that? You see what I mean? How that, like that, there's like a pre-cringed quality. Sometimes it's like it's like the inner chihuahua. There can be a kind of victimhood, that's what it is. That's really different than, for instance, a blood-rich kind of dog, like a yellow lab or a chocolate lab, right? Chocolate labs are all blood. Like, how could you possibly violate them? They're incapable of, their spirit is so abundantly glorious that you could not possibly violate. They just roll over. Whereas a chihuahua, and they feel justified, right? Liver blood deficient victimhood is a sense of, gives such a sense of justification to bite someone else on the ankle. Because I was not able to, from my full sense of self-esteem and full equality in the situation, say, hey, we're having a conflict here. This is my point of view on it. What's your point of view on it? We've got some negotiating to do. As opposed to, you didn't do what you did to me! You're bad! There's such a bitchiness reduction in life in general. That the amount of warfare, the movement from anger to constructiveness, which is the transformation of virtue of wood, which all wood acupuncture points, all wood formulas in some way are addressing, is how do I get from anger, in this case, a kind of victiming anger. The anger of the weak and helpless, or feeling weak and helpless. Feeling like less than 50% of the situation I'm in. In any situation I'm in, I am 50% of that situation. Chi and my engagement with the outer world is 50%. And blood, my engagement with my inner world is 50%. Oh, I have an inner world. Oh, I have a point of view that springs from that inner world. It is not more important than, nor less important than, my partner in the great contact improv known as life. I need to bring it fully to the situation in order for there to be a full, fertile dance. I need to not be cringing. I need to not be barging. But fully able to come forward, bring the whole thing. Sense in working with blood deficient people is that to some degree, this is not true in all cases. Anything I ever say is only 80% true anyway, because I think that's the case with anything that anyone ever says. So I'm just going to say stuff, and it's just not true all the time. But it's true enough that it's worth saying. That in many, many cases, blood deficiency actually stems from a commitment to nonviolence. It's just a self-defeating commitment to nonviolence by shrinking enough that there's no conflict, making myself less important, not having as strong an opinion, not asserting myself, and making myself a less vibrant, less alive, less engaged member of the dance. See, then there's no conflict. I don't get in anyone's way. If you want to move your arm to the left, I'll just go with you to the left. You want to have pizza, I'll have pizza. You want to order in Chinese, fine. That's okay. There's no conflict because I don't really care. I don't really have that much self. It is often people who have seen wood misused unhealthily as dominance, who decide that, well, that's all there is strength and assertiveness that dominates, or harmonization that's actually a drawing back from life. And I'll go over here and do my thing on the inside, but hey, what about actually bringing forward all that I am so that it can engage responsively, so that there can be something that comes out of you and out of me that we wouldn't have found unless, yes, initially we discovered that there were some differences between us. I don't have to get hard and arrogant about it. Healthy blood is flowing and soft at the same time as holding its own.